You can rest your hands in your lap if you like, and close your eyes. Take a little mental snapshot of people being here with you during this practice time. So I was describing a couple days ago, we're moving from the tamasic part of the daily cycle, which is the nighttime, into the sattvic, which has been happening for the last couple of hours, this sattvic window of the day. But if you just came from tamas, so if you were just sleeping quite recently, you might either have woken up feeling like really rested and vital and ready for your practice, or you could still feel the effects of sleep, which is like tamas. And then sattva wants us to be lucid and clear, not overstimulated like rajas, but lucid and clear. So if you're feeling that already, then you can bask in the sense of lucidity or clarity or gratitude or optimism. But if you're feeling that bit of tamas, the heaviness or sleepiness, it's helpful to use a technique inside, something that helps you to feel like, oh, moving from tamas to sattva, moving from sleep to presence, such as using your breath. So the inhale becomes larger, more intentional, the purpose of awakening. And the exhale reminds you to tone the deep low belly and to kind of stoke what we call the agni, or the fire, that fire being in the belly. So if you awakened already and you're up and you feel vital and lucid, the breath can just be a simple acknowledgement. Otherwise, you're using the breath to help bring some little bit of rajas, a little bit of fire to move you to the sattvic place for your attention. And please enjoy 3 breath cycles more. Just sensing what's needed for your practice. Not the same as everybody else's practice, but personalized, rhythmically attuned to you. And then please bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. And in Anjali Mudra, we make a small opening between the 2 palms because there's a space right there. And into that opening, you can place your intention. As you chant, imagine the vibration of the chant is moving that intention outwards into the world. And we'll sing the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhurva Suvah Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimāhi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhurva Suvah Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimāhi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Bhurva Suvah Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimāhi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. And then notice what influence chanting has when going from tamas to sattva. If you might feel more present or more alert, a little bit of vibration awakens your heart, your lungs, your inner body. And then as you exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Please open your eyes. And we're going to come up to standing, starting with a wide stance, like a pyramid stance. Let's see if I do this properly here. Okay, great. So when you come up to stand, take a stance as wide as the length of one of your legs so that you are in a stable triangle position. And in that position, come forward to Prasarita Padottanasana. So you could place your hands first, place them underneath your shoulders. So directly down from the shoulders. And then as you inhale, I'm going to ask you to make like a cow pose experience. So you bring the heart forward, do your best to open the throat, send your sitting bones back. And then when you exhale, place your palms and bow down towards your legs, any amount that your hamstrings allow you to. And then inhale and glide your spine forward and think of cow pose. So you're also going to lift your sitting bones and open your throat. And then exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. Press firmly into your palms. Completely fine, of course, to use blocks under your hands. Let's inhale, glide forward again. And exhale to bow deeply towards your legs. Press your palms down and press them kind of isometrically forward to help you with the deep bow. Then last time, inhale, glide forward. Now where your hands are, if you look down there under your shoulders, take your right hand and place it well ahead of your left hand. And as you press back into your hips, reach your right hip a little farther back than your left. Place your left palm flat on the floor or on the block. So I'm going to ask you to imagine that you're pulling back from your right hip away from your right fingers, but with the left hand, push forward. And that should cause you to have a little more C shape in the right side of your body. Take a deep breath. With your exhale, press your left palm down and forward, whether it's on a block or on the floor. Then inhale to parachute open the right hemisphere of your body. And once more, exhale, press into your left palm down and slightly forward. And then come up to your fingertips, both hands under your shoulders. Walk your left hand well ahead of your right hand. Place your fingertips there and place your right palm flat on the floor. So you've already made this diagonal or this side bend for the left side of the waist. So pull the left hip back away from your left fingertips. And press your right hand down and forward towards your left hand. So the addition of pressing your right palm down and forward is like a little bit of rajas into the pose. When you pull your left hip back away from your left fingers, let the breath come in to be this element of sattva, to invite space and clarity, equanimity. And then press down through your right fingertips. Inhale, come back up to the fingertips of both hands. Shift your hands to your hips and rise up to standing. Okay, now we're going to add an even more deliberate side bend to that. I'm going to back up so I don't run into my things. So when you come forward this time, we're going to be walking like in a half circle on the floor. So place your hands once more on your hips. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. And then exhale, when you bow forward, send the tops of your thighs back. If the center line would be north for you, walk a little bit to the northeast with both hands. When you inhale, I'm going to ask you to make this a moving practice. So when you inhale, glide your heart forward as if you're going to cow pose. And then exhale and let the torso bow towards the floor. Press your hips back and inhale, glide your heart forward like you're going to pull your fingertips back towards your feet so you can stretch your chest forward beyond your upper arms. And then exhale to bow towards your legs. Now walk a tiny bit more to the northwest. And as you inhale, pull your fingerprints back on the floor and send your heart forward. And then exhale and bow towards your legs, remembering that your breath is communicating between tamas and sattva. So you inhale, glide the heart forward. It's a moment of rajas. Pull your fingertips back, lengthen your spine. Exhale and bow towards your legs, root down into your heels, seeking some stability. One more time, walk your fingertips to the right. So this is the most west that you'll go from your northwest beginning. With your inhale, glide your heart forward. Just do your best. Look for some movement in the spine. And exhale to bow down towards your arms, towards the floor. You inhale, glide forward, reach your heart beyond your upper arms. Of course, it doesn't actually go physically, but energetically. And then walk back to center, fingers out to the north. And then let's take a little journey northeast. So you're going to walk your fingers over to the left side a little bit. And here, again, I'm going to have you press your fingertips down. Inhale, lift your heart forward like cow pose. And exhale to bow towards your legs. So inhale, glide forward, a little bit of rajas, intentional action to overcome tamas. And exhale to bow towards your legs, a little bit of tamas, seeking a sense of stability. Walk your hands a little bit more to the northeast. And inhale, glide your heart forward, a bit of rajas to overcome tamas. Exhale, bow down. So tamas is how we seek stability, grounding. Again, inhale, glide forward. And once more, exhale to bow. Exhale completely. Use the deep tone in your low belly. And then walk once more to the east. So here you have your most left side bend. And do your best to inhale, lengthen your heart forward beyond your upper arms. And exhale to bow towards your legs. Inhale, glide forward. And exhale. Do that one more time, please. Inhale, open your chest like cow pose. And exhale, releasing towards your legs. And go ahead and come to center. Shift your hands to your hips. Please rise up to standing. And let's step the feet together into mountain pose. So good morning to your body in all of its nuances. Clasp your hands, please. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. So being upright is considered more rajasic than the forward bend is considered a little bit more tamasic. When you're pressing up here, reach up and squeeze the upper arms towards your ears, root into your left heel and side bend to your right. There you are. Yeah, keep the left heel grounded. And as you inhale, think of a little blade of grass in a tall sort of field. Little breeze comes by and there's a slight lift. And then the exhale, the breeze fades and this curvy tall blade of grass bends a little more to the right. The inhale to go up And exhale to side bend to your right. Again, inhale to go up. And exhale, side bend to your right. Now inhale, rise all the way up to center. Momentarily release your arms and notice left side, right side, lower back, mid back, upper back. And clasp your hands, inhale to go up. And exhale, side bend to your left. So this little blade of grass, what I mean is it's like a slender, one of those tall, slender grasses. And the breeze comes and the torso lifts a little bit. There's your inhale. And then exhale, side bend to your left. Keep your right heel grounded. Inhale, float up. Use the breath to awaken that movement from the inside. Exhale, side bend. And you're seeking tamas on the exhale, grounding, stability, but not laziness. So inhale, open, a little bit of rajas. And exhale, side bend. And then inhale, roll up. And exhale, sweep your arms wide. And then step forward for Surya Namaskar. Come to the top of your mat. When you get there, you might notice the three qualities, Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva. So how energized do you feel? How stable or centered? And how clear or lucid is the mind? Join your hands together at your heart. So we're going to be using the sideways descent into Uttanasana like we were doing yesterday. And that's just a chance to change up like the neurological experience you have with your body. So when you inhale, sweep your hands down, wide and up. Now keeping both hips and heels pretty stable, exhale to your left and down like a grandfather clock. Then inhale to your right and up. And then exhale to your right and down. Inhale left and rise. Exhale, Uttanasana. Feel free to use your blocks for Uttanasana. It is my recommendation. You can go without if you have to, but if you have them, inhale, glide forward up to your fingertips. And exhale, a deep bow towards your legs. Now let's try this. When you next inhale, glide forward. You're in the center line of your pose. And then exhale, place your left hand with your right and bow over your right leg. Inhale, glide forward. Place your right hand with your left. Bow over your left leg. Inhale, glide forward. Okay, exhale, left foot straight back. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Now let's keep the pelvis really stable, please, so that from your hips down into your legs and feet, this is all very tamas, very stable. And when you inhale, lengthen your left arm up higher than your right. Exhale, bring yourself to center. Inhale, reach up left and lean right. And then use your low belly to come to center. Once more, inhale, make the left side longer. And exhale, center, using your low belly to do that. Enjoy your in-breath. And then exhale, glide forward without sinking into your right hip. Touch the two blocks. Inhale, left foot forward. And exhale, bow symmetrically towards your legs. Okay, let's inhale, glide the heart forward. And use the full expression of the inhalation. We're in no hurry. Take your right toes back. Root down through your left heel. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Okay, now as you exhale, tone the low belly and check that you've got this sense of centering and stability. Then inhale up through your right arm, making the right side longer. Exhale to center. Good. Okay, inhale up and over so that the right side feels longer. It's not that you're reaching for your left side, it's that the right side got longer. Exhale to center. One more time. Exhale up to center. And inhale to enjoy. And then exhale, arms wide, come smoothly forward. Keep your back legs strong. You can touch both blocks. And let's step backwards to downward dog pose. And I will request that you use blocks right now because we're going to do some side bending from downward dog to plank pose. So inhale forward to plank. Now keeping both arms steady and strong, roll your legs as one unit to the right outer heel. Inhale to center. Exhale, roll to your left outer heel. Inhale, roll center. Exhale, roll right. Inhale, roll center. And exhale, roll left. Inhale to center. And having used the low belly, now exhale, reach back to downward dog pose. And notice if the breath feels any more spacious when you come to the next inhale, or does the exhale feel any bit deeper? And then exhale, step your right foot forward and touch your left knee down to the floor. So this is Anjaneyasana. We inhale, glide up, and keeping your pelvis stable again, lengthen the left arm. So there's this little side bend with your inhalation. Use the low belly to exhale yourself up, upright, as if the breeze brought the blade of grass back up. And left arm high as you inhale. And exhale, come upright. One more time. Inhale, reach with the left arm more than the right. You don't have to go very far for this to be effective. Exhale, upright. And inhale to open. And follow your exhale. Sweep the arms wide. Come forward. Touch the two blocks. And as you curl the left toes under, straighten both legs. And we're going to use like Uttanasana. So come up to your fingertips as you inhale. Glide your heart forward and open your throat. And then exhale and place your left hand with your right as you bow over your right leg. Inhale, keep the hands as they are, but glide your heart forward. And exhale for a deep bow over your right leg. Okay, place your left hand back and step into downward dog pose. Enjoy a deep breath in. And we're going to float the left foot forward. As you exhale, place your left heel and your left toes. Touch your right knee down. Very nice. And then let's rise up Anjaneyasana. And keeping your pelvis stable. Yes, the hips are forward here. So your back knee is behind you. So Anjaneyasana. And then rise up with your right arm a bit more on the inhale. Good. Yeah, very good. And then exhale, bring this upright, tone your low belly. Good. Inhale, a little longer on the right side. Exhale, glide up to center like the breeze is bringing the blade of grass up. And once more, inhale, lengthen your right arm that goes up. And exhale, up to center. Let's inhale to open. And bring your hands to your block. So this is like Parsvottanasana and Uttanasana, kind of, and then a sideways Uttanasana. So inhale up to your fingertips, and then place your right hand with your left hand, and exhale to bow over your left leg. If you've got the back heel lifted, which is my recommendation, you're also working on your balance. Inhale, glide forward, and exhale to bow towards your leg, towards your left leg. There you go, and place both hands on their own blocks, and now inhale and float your right foot up to meet your left. And then enjoy a deep bow towards your legs. Hey, inhale, rise up please, arms wide, lift your heart, open your throat, and exhale, hands to your heart. Notice how things are feeling. I'm going to introduce you now to a variation on how we do triangle pose, and it's going to be also a variation on side plank pose. So these two things will be happening. Let's do the first one together. So when you place the blocks, now put them just as wide as they can be on your mat and still be on your mat. Turn your right toes out like this. So your right foot is going to be deliberately at about a 45-degree angle. Step the left foot back to the back edge of your yoga mat and straighten your right leg. So right now, left block, left hand, left foot. This is all on the left side of the mat. And that means that you're reaching over to get to the right block. You have your toes turned to the right. Let's make the right leg strong, please. It is turned out. Use your outer hip rotators, outer thigh, turn your right knee, point your toes to the right. And then reach back more with your left hip so you can pivot your left heel to the floor. There you go. Now start putting more weight into your right arm than your left. Press firmly into your right arm. Reach your torso above your right leg on that same sort of 45-degree angle, as if the right leg were a needle on the compass. Reach your left arm also in that line. Energize your left outer hip, please, so your left heel is really firmly grounded to the floor. Reach your left arm past your left ear. And then let this side bend come over your right leg really slowly. We are heading back to the block for the left hand, but go really slowly. You can sense there's a whole landscape of skin and myofascial tissue, muscles, joint patterns. And when you've brought your left hand back to the block, then start unwinding your hips and put more weight into your left arm now. And place your left shoulder over your left wrist. Place your right hand on your right hip and begin twisting your upper body to your right. Now the tricky thing is to keep your hips moving back so they are centered. Energize your right leg, right outer hip too, so your hips are not really permitted to slide to the right. Use the strength of your left arm for the twist of your chest to the right. So there must be rajas in the left arm, strength and determination, and sattva in the mind, like equanimity and elegance. When you next exhale now, place your right hand back on its block and turn your right toes forward. Pivot your left heel up and then float your left foot forward to meet your right foot. So the blocks are still wide on your mat. Turn your left foot sideways. So you've got your 45-degree angle. Step your right toes back to the right edge of your mat. If you'd like, you can turn the block for your left hand on that same angle. And then pressing into your right hand, right arm, right shoulder. Start to glide your right hip back until you can place your right heel. on the floor behind you. You can pivot your heel slightly. Could be 20 degrees, could be 30, does not have to be 45. Now start shifting your weight into your left hand and arm. Press firmly down with your left arm. Tone your right outer hip. And glide your right arm past your right ear. And you'll just notice moving your arm very slightly can cause a beautiful cascade of sensations on the right hemisphere of your body. And keeping the right outer hip toned, right outer heel grounded, this is really essential. So your right leg needs rajas to provide you with tamas. It needs your determination to provide you with stability. Keep the left leg strong, left arm steady. With the left hand, you could push the block into the floor and press it away from you. When you exhale, keep the left arm strong now and just very slowly drip your right arm down towards the floor. We aren't yet moving the hips, but you are going to drift your right fingers back to that block on your right. And then shift your hips to face down towards the floor. And as you're rotating across here, make the right arm stronger. Left hand to your left hip. Check that your sacrum is a source of stability. And twist to your left. It won't be the mobile twist you've had in your yoga practice. It won't be the most mobile twist of today either. But listen for how you put the parts together. Left leg strong. Hip centered. Right heel grounded. Right arm steady. And a clear and patient mind. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your left hand back down to its block. You can make it straight again. And make the left foot straight once more. And then step backwards to plank pose. And let's put the 2 feet at hip distance while keeping the blocks wide as your yoga mat. Okay, now here you are in a wide hand plank pose. Bring your left knee forward. Step your left foot under your right arm. So you're on the outside edge of your right foot right there, left foot, excuse me. And then you're going to turn your right heel into the floor and sweep your right arm past your right ear. So here the right heel has to be grounded. Lift your right inner arch. Lift the right inner thigh. And then expand the right side of your waist while the left arm is a source of stability. Now as you exhale, keep the left arm really strong and just bring your right arm down, seeking the block. Go slowly so you can feel the upper back has to contribute to that distance. Pivot your right heel up and step back with your left foot. Okay, plank pose. The 2 feet can be hip distance apart back there, and your blocks are still as wide as your yoga mat. Okay, right knee forward. Right foot under, and as you're on the outer edge of your right foot, pivot your left heel down. Make the right arm steady, and reach your left arm past your left ear. So press into your left heel, lift your left inner arch, and tone your left inner thigh. Let's make the right arm steady, 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 and the left arm elegant. And keeping your pose as it is, start bringing the left hand down to its block, recognizing that your upper back has to be flexible enough to make that transition. Then pivot the left heel up, step your right toes back, go ahead and lower your knees down, and take one block to go under your head for child's pose. And of course, you'll notice the child's pose is more tamasic. It's more grounded. It's more like, what shall I say? Condensed, less expansive. So let your breath settle and take care of you from the inside. And keeping the breath simple and steady. Let the mind relax. And then walk your hands back towards your knees and come up to kneeling. And I'm going to show you where we're going now with a twist. We haven't done this before, so it'll be helpful for you to watch, to have a sense of what we're doing. So let me see how I give you the best view. Yeah, like this. So one block's going to go between your knees, and you'll actually start by sitting, in this case, on your left outer hip. And this block goes between the knees. Because I do want your legs to be like a unit, and that you're not making the knees all cattywampus for the twist. Okay, this I don't need right away. Please watch just for a moment. I'll show you the stages of what we're doing, and then we'll do it together. So this part here, this is already a twist, and the left arm presses down more firmly than the right, because you're going to cross your right hand towards your left wrist. And then when you lean, you're able to open the upper back on the right side. That'll be our first twist here. And then we'll take the block under the left forearm like this, and the right hand on the right elbow. And we'll just be checking to see if we might be able to lean and put the right elbow on the floor. Okay, so those are our dance steps. So let's have you put a block between your two knees. Okay, and let's do 90 degrees here between the thighs and the torso. And then both hands. But the left arm's going to be stronger. Press firmly into both arms. Lengthen the left side of your waist. That is a side bend. You can lift your chest and heart a little bit like cow pose. And cross your right hand to your left wrist. And begin the process of keeping the left arm strong as you roll your right shoulder away from your left wrist. Gaze down past your right hand, past your left hand, off to the left, maybe even the left side of your room. And press into your left arm, roll yourself back up, and take the left hand and forearm on your block like this. And let's do the palm face up just for a gesture of openness. Take your right hand onto your left elbow. Press down with your left elbow. So the left arm remains strong, left shoulder steady. And you can practice rolling your right elbow down towards the floor, which also means as the left arm is steady, the right shoulder blade is kind of melting around the right side of your rib cage. And maybe you'll touch the floor, maybe you won't. Please don't make the floor into a goal. Your right elbow may not reach there, and that's going to be okay this morning. And press down through your left elbow. Walk yourself back up. Okay, so here you are. Here's an interesting way to transition. Let's say that we had started in a funny table pose. So put both hands in table pose and then pick up your hips and try to place your right knee down with keeping both arms straight. And then walk your left hand back. Now what's interesting is that you just stretched the side of your body there. Let's see if we start from that kind of table pose on the other side of the mat, what it feels like for the right side of your body. So you put a block between both knees like this, and let's place the knees. If you're using only one mat, place your knees off your mat, and then place your left hand and your right hand in this funny table pose, and see what you can sense here. And then roll your outer right hip slowly down into the pose. Notice how you have to transition the responsibilities in your arms, right? So you had your left arm was more dominant. Now the right arm. As you lower your right outer hip to the floor, you might feel the right side of the waist stretching right through there. So keep the right arm strong. You can press down firmly and bring your left hand across to hold your right wrist. And begin the process of leaning your left shoulder back away from your right wrist. Your right arm does have responsibilities here. So does your awareness. And as well, your breath. And then roll yourself up, reach for the block to put on the right side of your mat. You're going to put your right forearm here, left hand on your right elbow. And keeping the right arm strong, and the back of the waist can be broad, right? So you're not really arching your lower back right now. Let's see what happens if you slowly encourage your left shoulder blade to widen on your back, and that your left elbow may come down to the floor. It's not required to touch, and please don't make that a goal. You can gaze to your right if that helps you to feel your twist. Includes your neck. And we're going to roll back up to center. Now place your left palm. Scoop the block for your right palm. And you've got both hands for table pose. Press down into your right hand. As you roll the hips up, notice how your arms will shift responsibilities here. So here's this funny looking table pose. And then take your block to sit for a moment in Vajrasana. And let's find out how things are feeling. Notice whatever is present in your body. So you probably have a variety of sensations, not only one sensation, but a variety of sensations. You can notice what is present, back waist, side waist, inner body, the skin of the body. And then here's another twist that we haven't done for some time. I didn't bring a hair tie to class today, so you'll have to just accept it, which is what I'm accepting it. I'm also moving my hair off my face. So this twist we do lying down first on the stomach. And when you're going to step backwards with one foot or the other, let me ask you, for those of you who have a lot of mobility in this pose, I want you to really check that you're not exploiting your shoulder in the twist. So for example, when you lie down, you're going to take the right arm out to the side and turn your head to your left. And try to keep your right shoulder from digging into the floor. So you press down through the right fingers and the right forearm, but you're going to roll your right shoulder back away from the floor and then step backwards with your left leg. And my recommendation is that you step the left leg back so you're looking for a little stretch in the psoas and the hip flexors. So you can really take it back like a long tail while trying to keep your right shoulder from digging into the floor. So you have to really think of the right shoulder before the rest of your twist. Think of this twist as being in the upper back and the thoracic spine before it's in your mid spine or your lumbar spine. Reach from your left hip into your left heel. And then roll this one back to center. Take the left arm out to the side. Turn your head to your right. You press your left palm down, left shoulder down, left elbow down, and then roll your left shoulder up and back. So the shoulder is not now pressing into the floor. And when you step backwards, you do your very best to not have your left shoulder be kind of like a victim in the twist. You keep the left shoulder strong. It's not even necessary for it to touch the floor. You've got your left palm, your forearm, your elbow, your right hand, your head. So the left shoulder could give a little lift up away from the floor, maybe even a half an inch or so of a lift. And step the right leg back behind your midline there so you can feel into your right psoas. Doesn't mean that you're feeling a hip flexor stretch right now, because we are both elongating and relying on the psoas at the same time. And then roll this one also back to center. Make a little pillow of your hands for your head and rest your head down. If you're willing to put your chin forward, so it's on the back of your hands between your fingers, so the boniness of the chin is not bothering your fingers. And you can notice what happens with your diaphragmatic breath here. And then place your hands beneath your shoulders, please. And let's come up to Cobra Pose. So inhale and glide your heart forward to Cobra. And try to notice what's happening in Cobra Pose this morning. Having been where you've been in your practice, what does your Cobra Pose feel like? Notice the tops of your feet. Your kneecaps ought to press down in Cobra Pose. Energize your thighs. We tone the belly, but we don't squeeze the butt. We tone the butt, but we don't make the belly tense. So they have to work together. You tone the top of the sacrum down towards your tailbone and your sitting bones. And lift the low belly in and up away from the floor. And then just shine your heart forward and lengthen the sides of your waist as you do that. And roll your Cobra Pose down momentarily, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bow your head, press down to go up, table. Take one block to go back, Child's Pose. Let's do palms face up this time with the elbows about shoulder width apart. Let the inner body relax to feel now, how are the gunas doing? The balance of tamas, rajas, and sattva. And please walk your hands back towards your knees. Rise up to kneeling. Now we will take 2 blankets for an opening for the hips. This is a lower body twist versus when we start with the upper body for the twist. And I would like you to have these 2 blankets. They're also going to be your friends in Shavasana. This one got discombobulated. So 2 blankets, excuse me. And then place your hips on the blankets, lie on your side and roll into position. Yeah. So when I say roll into position, I'd like your sacrum, the top of your sacrum, to be near the top edge of the blankets. So something like this. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee. And use the support of the blankets and the support of gravity to let the legs come in towards your chest. You can add reaching up to hold if you'd like to add that in. You're welcome to close your eyes if you like. And just where you are, allow your mind to go to the sensations that are calling for your attention. No sensation in the body is trying to be irritating to you. They have no agenda except to get your attention. Now, keeping this is called figure 4 pose, how we're doing the legs here, figure 4 pose. Take one of your blocks to have it be to the left of your yoga mat. So your blankets have like an extension called a block. It's like having a patio off the back of your house. This is your patio or your porch. Okay, I'm going to ask you to hold your right ankle with your left hand. Open your right arm out to the side. And then bring your twist down to your left so that your left outer shin and thigh may touch the block. And you can make the block taller if you need to. I know you could have a block under your left ankle too, but you would need like a block Sherpa to deliver that. So let's just be responsible for the left ankle. I think you can do it. Press your right knee open away from your chest. Just use your outer hip muscles for that. When I say press, I don't mean actually to use your hand, but to use the outer hip muscles through here. And listen again to the qualities. You have tamas, which is stability. When it's out of balance, it's also lethargy or apathy. You have rajas, which is mobile and motivated, energizing. When it's out of balance, it's kind of ungrounding. Then you have sattva, which is elegant, clear, lucid, and calm. And then using an exhale, roll yourself up to center, staying in the figure 4 position. And then touch your right foot down, left foot down, excuse me, and open your right knee away from your chest. So you can feel maybe a little bit right in through here, the inner right groin. Good. And then place your right foot back on the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Bring your knees up towards your chest. And you may just have gravity support that process, or you could reach through if you'd like to. Yeah. Remind yourself that there are no sensations in your body that are trying to annoy you. They're only trying to give you information. You're breathing in, breathing out. And as you keep the legs in this kind of snug figure floor position, you can reach for a block or reach for the other block and place it so it's like a little patio on the side of your blanket. And then hold your left ankle with your right hand. Open your left arm out to the side and come down towards your patio, making it taller if you need to. And that is a possibility for some of us that we're going to need that block to be higher. That's okay. You can hold your left ankle with your right hand and press your left knee open away from your chest. Notice where in your body there are experiences of openness, not just where there are places of tightness, but also notice the places of openness. And your mind is not consumed with just sensing, quote unquote, what's wrong with the body or where it needs more attention. You can also notice where things are working well. And breathing in one more time. And using your low belly as you exhale, float your legs back up to center and touch your right foot to the floor. Press your left knee open away from your chest. Good. And then just sensing what that openness needs from you. A few moments more. Okay, let's place the left foot on the floor. So I'm going to ask you to pick up your hips and slide your blankets if possible, so that they go under the back of your thighs and knees, like this. Yeah. So come down to Shavasana. We're going to do some pranayama after Shavasana this morning because I want to give you a chance to feel that, how pranayama can lead to meditation. So when you come to your Shavasana, let it become very still and very quiet. And reduce the mental noise. And if that means using an eye pillow or using a pratyahara blanket or covering up with a blanket, whatever you need to do to really reduce mental noise, I mean, within reason, whatever you need to do, please do that and let yourself rest in the quiet awareness of what happens for your body when you come to Shavasana. This is the pose of integration. This is where the rejuvenation becomes more long-lasting. Your stamina is here. This is where the debris gets departed, ushered out, and vitality gets to be absorbed within. Welcome your body to really rest deeply into the floor. Resist mental habit. So you're welcoming the resolution of the residue in your body and the return of your vitality. Allow the body to be heavy with relaxation. The mind clear, unattached to mental habit. Now keeping the mind more clear, not more busied. Notice the felt sense of the breath in your body. You can enjoy a slightly deeper inhale and let that initiate your transition from Shavasana, roll to your side. And then Shavasana up to sitting. And take a seat like a pyramid, like this. Even if you're going to sit in a chair, you can still have this pyramid base. And first I'm going to ask you just to establish your seat. So you have that. Rest your hands and let your eyes close. And then start noticing the breath itself. Gently participate with the inhale to be slightly longer and exhale slightly slower, slightly longer. We're going to do a very simple pranayama. It'll be 3 breath cycles all together. So we'll inhale through the ujjayi with the nose. We'll exhale out the nose. Then we'll inhale both nostrils. Exhale left nostril. We'll inhale both nostrils. We'll exhale right nostril. Okay, so with the tip of the tongue behind the teeth, it's ujjayi for inhale, no ujjayi for exhale. Let's begin. Both nostrils. Exhale both nostrils. Inhale both nostrils. Bring your right hand up. Close the right nostril. Exhale left. Inhale both nostrils. Right hand up. Exhale left nostril. That's one set. Please do a second round. Inhale both nostrils. Right hand up. Close the left nostril. Right nostril, excuse me. Exhale left. Inhale both. Right hand up. Close the left nostril. Exhale right side. Inhale both. And then exhale to rest in reflection. Allow your mind to be really still. The body like a pyramid. The mind in the center of that pyramid, you would say in the heart. Invite also a memory of this mental stillness, a memory of this possibility. We could have a tamasic, stable component to our life, a rajasic, motivated quality to our life, and a sattvic, clear-hearted quality in our life as well. And please bring your hands together at your heart. We'll sing Om Shanti together 3 times. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. In your own timing, you may release your hands. Open your eyes as you like.